John Lennon's Now and Then has remained unfinished for over 40 years, but is being given new life thanks to new music technology. Now and Then is an unfinished John Lennon song while most of the lyrics are complete, but still needs more time to perfect each verse. Now and Then was recorded by Lennon during his retirement period, when he was no longer a recording artist under contract and looking after his son, Sean Lennon, full-time. During this time between 1975 and 1980, Lennon would record numerous rough demo recordings by himself, either on guitar or piano, with nothing more than a cassette boombox. Since these were never meant to be heard by the public, the audio quality wasn't a concern. The piano demo cassette recording for Now and Then was recorded in 1977. Lennon would come out of retirement in 1980, and many of the songs during this down period were recorded professionally on the sessions for the album Double Fantasy. On December 8, 1980, John Lennon would be murdered. The remainder of the songs recorded would be included in the released Milk and Honey album in 1984. But the song Now and Then was not included in the Double Fantasy sessions and would not make it past the demo stage in Lennon's lifetime. There are still many unfinished songs from John Lennon that were never released after he died in 1980. However, the other Beatles and early demos were used to finish some songs, thanks to artificial intelligence that can recreate John Lennon's voice. 14 years after Lennon's assassination in the same city, the event signified a growing relaxation of tension between McCartney and Lennon's widow, Yoko Ono. In January 1994, Yoko Ono gave Paul McCartney 2 cassettes, bearing a handwritten label from Lennon that read, "For Paul." Inside were 3 home recordings of unreleased Lennon songs, which included a number of incomplete and previously unreleased songs. They included Free as a Bird, Real Love, Grow Old With Me, and Now and Then. On March 20th and 21, 1995, the 3 surviving former Beatles began constructing a backing track to be added to Lennon's demo of Now and Then. However, during the second day, work on the song ended. According to McCartney, George Harrison didn't want to do it, possibly because the song needed to be extensively rewritten before it could be released. Another factor was a humming sound on Lennon's demo, which proved hard to mask. On the original demo tape, Lennon's voice was hidden. The piano was hard to hear, as Paul McCartney describes it, and in those days, of course, we didn't have the technology to do the separation. The latest in recording technology was used to enhance Lennon's faint voice and to try and reduce the background noise of New York traffic on the tape. The Beatles then did that magical thing they always did to each other's songs, and they made them a lot better. Based on a demo by John Lennon, Now and Then was briefly considered for release on Anthology 3, but later rejected. It was considered as one of the 3 singles released by the remaining Beatles for their 1995 anthology project. However, it was shelved. The Beatles did release Free as a Bird and Real Love, using recorded demos of Lennon that were remixed and polished. Now and Then was scrapped, primarily because George Harrison disliked the song. George Harrison died on November 29, 2001, after losing a long battle against cancer. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr built the track from Lennon's demo, adding guitar parts George Harrison wrote in the 1995 sessions and a slide guitar solo in his signature style. In 2022, when Paul and Ringo were able to utilize the same technical restoration methods that separated the Beatles' voices from background sounds during the making of director Peter Jackson's 2021 documentary series, The Beatles Get Back. And so they were able to isolate Lennon's voice from their original cassette and complete Now and Then using machine learning. McCartney and Starr tracked their bass and drum contributions. Now and Then was finally released as a single on streaming services on November 2, 2023, and later on the remixed reissue of the 1967 to 1970 compilation, also known as the Blue Album. The song was also issued as a double A-side single on November 3, 2023, with a new true stereo remix of Love Me Do. The single was released on white marble, light blue, clear, 7-inch black vinyl, 12-inch red vinyl, 12-inch black vinyl, and cassette. The track includes electric and acoustic guitar recorded in 1995 by George Harrison, Ringo Starr's new drum part. The bass, guitar, and piano from Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney also added a new slide guitar track inspired by George Harrison's legendary playing. The song was co-produced by Paul McCartney, and the string arrangement was written with the help of Giles Martin, son of the late Beatles producer George Martin. Due to the use of AI tools to finish, Now and Then, and the song having been recorded without the Beatles in a room together, some may ask, is this really a Beatles song? After the release of Get Back, audiences were able to experience what it felt like to be in the room with the band, watching their ideas form, seeing them joke and laugh, and also the tensions that happen with a group of creative people who have experienced a lot together. John and George are gone. However, we still have Ringo and Paul with us to complete this new and final Beatles track. With time, it allows fans to reframe John's love letter to Yoko as a message to Paul, the band, and even the fans. Perhaps that will be its enduring value. I know it's true, and if I make it through, it's all because of you. Thanks to new AI technology. Now and Then is finally finished and released.